Hello everyone, I'm Ming First,
And I'm Mama.
and welcome back to Super Castlevania 4. This is day 2, and hopefully I'm able to actually beat this stage.
Do you get to buy stuff with the money eventually?
No, the money is just for, like, points.
Oh, it's kind of a waste. Isn't there one game where we buy stuff, like new weapons and stuff?
That's the Symphony of the Night.
Okay.
That's the PlayStation game.
I like that game.
Yeah.
Is that where you go to the tower one way and then you have to go backwards?
Yeah.
Like the castle's upside down or something?
Yeah.
I like that game. I remember you played that.
Yeah, I tried to do a playthrough of that, but I wasn't able to finish it. I think I got, like, to the start of the Upside Down Castle.
Yes, we were definitely in the upside down castle. I remember that. So this is our day 2, right?
Yes.
With Easter and work and everything, we got all of this combobulated, but we're back on track. So for the next 5 days, we'll have videos.
Yeah. Oh, one thing about being able to aim upwards is that enemies that were like that, I can just shoot immediately.
Yeah, that's nice. Too bad you couldn't get rid of this little dust ball.
Yeah.
Who would think a dust ball would be more intimidating?
Which is
than...
weird, because you hit him, and it, like, staggers him, like, as if he would eventually die, but he doesn't
But he
die.
never does. Like, who would think that a dust ball would be more dangerous than a dinosaur head?
Exactly.
It's kind of dumb. Looks like a germ.
Yeah. Also, because you're able to, like, mess around with the whip like that, I'm able to just hit the guy from behind. Because normally I wouldn't be able to aim there, because you can only attack his head.
Oh, no. Is he ever gonna die?
Yeah, it's just... Using the whip like that doesn't really do that much damage. There we go.
Oh, were the biscuits and ham good for lunch?
Oh yes, they were really good.
Oh, shoot a monkey. We got so far, now we're dead.
I think that was I think that's actually close to where the boss is, so the stage is almost over.
See, that one died so easily, but this one by the dust ball takes forever.
Because, like, using the whip like that, and using, like, this, I think it does, like, different, like...
Oh, okay.
The damage is, like, more different.
Oh, come on, Conan. Here we go. Oh, shoot.
That's another problem with, like, playing older games that lots of people run into, is that there's, like, a delay when you, like, hit the button and, like, you jump.
Oh, is our controller bad?
No, it's not the controller. It's just a problem when playing retro games on, like, newer hardware.
Oh.
So then you'll end up in situations where you're about to, like, say, like, jump over, like, a pit, and you end up being, like, close enough to the edge to the point where the game doesn't, like, think that you actually like hit the button.
Oh. And I'm sorry, this game was for the what?
Super Nintendo.
Oh, there's no way to get one of those. I wonder how many brand new Super Nintendos are left in the world.
Brand new? Probably.
Like, yeah, that like had never been opened.
That are still in like the original like
In the
packaging.
box, yeah.
Those can actually become like collector's items.
Like, yeah, I imagine so. That's what I'm saying. I wonder how hard it would be if you had enough money if you could get one.
Mm-hmm. One thing that's even rarer is the original stuff like the Pokemon Red and Blue original games, like in the box, and having like the saran wrap wrapped around it. Like you can like it's
For
estimated.
like the Game Boy?
Yeah,
Oh.
like those things could go for thousands of dollars. Which is funny because like when people got games, what do you think people would usually do with the boxes?
Toss them out.
Exactly. But those things eventually become collector's items.
Yeah, but you're making it sound like they didn't even use it with they didn't ever even use the game. So what kind of psychopath buys a game and then never uses it?
Unless they can see the future and know
Well-
for a fact that it's going to become like.
Well, I think a lot of places have gone out of business, like Montgomery Ward, Sears, Kmart. And maybe there are people, they still have stock somewhere. That would be pretty old
Yeah.
stock to keep. Because when I was a kid, there was a store called Montgomery Ward's that was like in a building.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to have a huge Christmas catalog. And that's where we would get our games, our video games. We would buy the system and all that. Then I imagine people who had like stores, like just mom and pop stores might have gone out of business and just put their stuff in storage. They might have some cool stuff.
And then there are also some stores that'll say that they're new, like, and are like wrapped in like, and are still like in the original box. But usually it's just like they take games that were already returned, and they just like repackaged it, and then just claim that that's brand new.
That doesn't seem right.
No.
Now, how did we make it past the water stage?
No. This whole cave area and the area that we were at before with like all the water and stuff, that's all one stage.
Ah.
It's not like the first stage where it was like super short and it took place in only one area.
Okay, I'm sorry.
In fact, I'm pretty sure this is like one of the longest stages in the whole game. But that area that we were in before, that's the last area.
Oh, so we had to go all the way back to the beginning.
There we go. See, now we're back here. Seems like nothing bad happened at all. And I actually got here with all 4 of my lives. One problem with doing this sort of like, it's okay. One thing about doing this is sort of like attack against them is that little area where you can like swing with the whip is right next to it. So if I was doing that while he was facing the other way, it could accidentally like aim at that thing right there. And then he'll start like swinging at it when you didn't want him to.
Oh, yeah, I gotcha. I see what you mean.
Actually, looks like we're gonna have to continue this in the next episode.
Oh, wow, that was fast. Okay, bye.